Weight loss in menopause can be very challenging. Everyone knows that menopause makes it far more difficult to lose weight. This is why today I want to tell you how to make weight loss in menopause possible and even surprisingly easy. The topic of menopause, and especially weight loss, has always been on my mind. Both my mother and my sister, which is 10 years older than me, had a tremendously difficult time with it. Not only they had all menopausal symptoms like hot flashes, anxiety, night sweats, but also had all that infamous weight gain. If menopause problems are genetic, then obviously I'll be next in line for that cute menopot and all the menopausal enchilada of symptoms that come with it. Since I was not interested in that, I decided to take up the challenge and make the symptoms non-genetic. I succeeded. Currently at 57, I maintain an effortless size 3, have zero menopausal symptoms, take no pills, neither drugs, hormones, nor supplements. I don't have brittle bones, knee pain, back pain, racing heart, stiffness, bloating, sleeplessness, or other nuisances that I should have if you think menopause symptoms are given. So how did I do it, and what can you do to get there? Easy. Just sit tight for a few minutes. The topic is large, but at least today you'll get a good idea which direction you should and should not take. There are 2 diet types you absolutely should not be considering. Even though these diets might be trending as healthy, they are the least helpful. They actually may be harmful to women in menopause. The worst diet of all for weight loss during menopause is a low-fat diet. Low-fat diet gained popularity many decades ago. Back then, it was believed that when you eat fat, you gain fat. Now, we know that's a complete bunk. Eating fat does not make anyone fat. If it did, then all keto folks would be larger than buses. They aren't. But what about calories? Fat is high in calories, so to lower calories, should we not cut down on fat? Nope. Fat carries more than calories. And since weight loss follows health, not the other way around, nutrition comes before low fat. If you go low fat, you're depriving yourself of vital nutrients that eventually can make your weight loss far more difficult. That's how you end up in a vicious cycle of low fat, low calorie, low energy, and going nowhere. When you go low fat, you can easily become fat malnourished. So what happens when you get there? A few things, like your brain and your nerves won't function well. Both brain and nerves are made of fat. Since menopause and forgetfulness go together, you don't want to put more fuel to fire. Your hormones. Your hormones may go nosedive. Hormones like estrogen require fat for production, and declining estrogen is exactly the reason behind menopausal symptoms. So no, you don't want to contribute to a bigger hormonal deficiency. Your bones. Your bones and teeth might crumble. Bones need vitamin D, and vitamin D needs fat. I don't think you're into broken hips or false teeth, menopause or not. Low-fat diet is not healthy. Nobody should be on a low-fat diet for life. That's especially true for menopausal women who rely on dietary fat for mental health, hormonal health, and healthy weight loss. There are far too many side effects of a low-fat diet to mention them here, but a special episode on the topic is coming. Subscribe not to miss that one. The next diet in line you should be avoiding like a plague is a vegan diet. Currently, veganism is being revived under the trendier name plant-based nutrition. But don't be mistaken, both vegan and plant-based menus are free of animal products, which, contrary to popular belief, is bad for your health. If you didn't know, plant-based diets are deficient in many nutrients, but they are high in carbohydrates. Besides, many packaged plant-based products are loaded with junk. Let me explain why I think plant-based diet should not be your health or weight loss option. Nutrients. there's a whole whack of nutrients missing in plant kingdom. These include vitamin B12, calcium, iron, zinc, iodine, DHA, creatine, carnosine, and vitamin D3. Initially, when you start a plant-based diet, you may feel fantastic, lighter and healthier. That's typical, as many women drop junk and finally embrace real food. However, there is a catch. Nutrient deficiencies take time to develop. Sometimes it takes months, sometimes it takes years. But when deficiencies creep up, it is so gradual that you may not even take a notice. You may blame your anxiety, poor teeth, belly bloat, or frequent sniffles on age, genes, or circumstances. But they may have nothing to do with the above. They may simply be those creeping in nutritional deficiencies you may not be suspecting because you are convinced that plant-based diet is very healthy. The key point to remember is being undernourished has nothing to do with a healthy weight loss. Don't fall for commercials for the sake of being trendy, and never swap health for a lure of a slim physique. What about supplements? Here's a thought. A healthy diet is the one that is able to provide all the nutrients needed for the body. If you need to supplement, then the diet is nutrient deficiencies and can't be healthy. Just remember, an effortless weight loss follows good health. So a nutrient deficient diet obviously won't help with stubborn weight. When it comes to plant-based deficiencies, I cannot not mention the big one, protein. Plant-based diet is relatively low in protein content, and additionally, plant protein can be of low quality and less bioavailable. For example, your intestines can absorb only half of protein available in peanuts, and even less than that from grains. So when you see 40 grams of protein on peanut butter label, your body only can take 20. On top of that, plant-based protein sources, like peanuts, are also deficient in several essential amino acids. For example, peanuts are lacking lysine, methionine, or threonine. And as you know, we need all 9 essential amino acids to stay in good health. So what happens when you eat low protein diet? A few things. First, your appetite goes up, so you end up eating more. More to the point of actually exceeding your body needs. Excessive eating leads to caloric surplus, and that leads to weight gain. That's to be expected unless you run around hungry most of the time. No, thank you. The second thing that happens with low protein diet is that muscle mass goes down. That can happen unless you add some serious hours of exercise into your life. But as a female, why would you care for larger muscle mass? After all, you're not into bodybuilding. Guess what? Low muscle mass isn't your friend. It means slower metabolism and therefore harder time with a belly bulge. But wait a second. What about protein powders? Yes, it's an option, but as I said earlier, any need for supplementation indicates deficiency. So why would you want to choose a nutrient-deficient diet in the first place? The key to remember is that a diet that is deficient in protein is neither good for health nor for weight loss, menopause or not. Menopausal women have higher protein requirement than younger women, so while low-protein diets may pass in your 30s, they won't be doing you any good in your 50s. If not low-fat and not plant-based, then what? What is the best weight loss diet for menopause? After viewing a few minutes of this video, you may already have a feel for it. The diet for weight loss during menopause must fulfill the following 3 criteria. 1. It must be made of real foods. Foods that nourish. So no processed garbage, packaged stuff, or fast food. Don't fall for health claims on the front label. Don't fall for low fat, high in calcium, heart healthy. It's marketing. Remember, weight loss follows health, and health follows nutrients, not claims. So choose quality. If you don't know what to do, start by eliminating obvious junk or sign up for our courses. 2, it must include animal foods. That's for 2 reasons. 1, to prevent nutritional deficiencies and have access to super high density foods like beef or chicken liver. And 2, to eat quality bioavailable protein to maintain lean muscle mass. Both nutrient absorption and muscle mass go down after menopause, so these are the 2 key areas to pay attention to. How much protein should you eat for health? That's another video. 3, it must be low carb. Many menopots and belly bulges have nothing to do with genetics. They are simply a result of creeping up insulin resistance. Since insulin resistance is not tested routinely, many women are walking about bitching about the menopause, blaming old age and genes. Meanwhile, they are not healthy, but they don't know that because they haven't been properly tested. Insulin resistance is extremely common in menopause, and the best way to tackle it is to reduce carbohydrates. In other words, go low carb, which means what? Low carb doesn't have a clear definition and can mean different things under different nutritional guides. In one guide, it might mean less than 100 grams of carbs a day, in another, less than 30. Pretty confusing. I'm not a proponent of compulsive counting, but a strong proponent of effortless health. When it comes to carbs, there is a very easy solution. Don't obsess whether low carbs mean 100 grams or 30 grams. For many women, it doesn't matter. What matters is this: stop eating carb monsters like grains and beans. Try it for a month and see where it takes you. For many menopots, just that one change can make a huge difference. So in summary, what's the best menopause weight loss diet? Definitely not low fat, and definitely not low protein, but definitely low carb. If you need a step-by-step instructions, I invite you to have a look at our Youth in Proportion series. It makes menopausal weight loss a breeze. Otherwise, subscribe to our channel, not to miss other exciting tips on better health. Thank you for watching, and see you again.